Some 70 years ago, a person by the name of D.S. Mittle decided that he will foray into the outdoor advertising space and he established his company called D.S. Mittle and Sons. This company then did business in the traditional media formats. Down the years, the business passed from one generation to the next and then to the third generation. By the time the third generation took charge of this business, the business itself had seen so many changes. New avenues had come about. I have with me a third generation person from the same family, Anup Mittle. Anup is the founder of this company, Mittle Sons Media Associates. And Mittle Sons Media Associates has forayed big time into the mall media space. Welcome to the show, Anup.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you here.
Pleasure
Thanks
to
so much for your time.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Thank you so much. What was really the thought behind establishing Mittle Sons Media Associates, and why this particular focus on mall media?
The mall media space, the retail space in India started growing. It started ballooning everywhere. You see malls across cities, major cities, towns started coming up. The purchase pattern started changing, and being a place where there is crowd, it's bound to have advertisements, and you're going to say you're going to get revenue out of it. So that's something which I saw and thought it's a thing which can be explored. We got into it in 2012. We got a little success in years, 5 years it's been, and we've done decently well. We've grown about 35 to 40% year on year, which is, I feel, a very good number as far as retail space is concerned, because you see OH is not growing more than 8-9% a year. So that is the reason I got into it, and now it's been successful, so I'm trying to explore more in it.
Excellent. 35 to 40% versus 8 to 9% that the outdoor advertising industry as a whole sees. That is quite a difference. So I think you're in a wonderful space now. So what has been the journey so far in terms of, where all are you present?
So we're present across the country. I have offices across metros: Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Pune, and satellite offices in places like Hyderabad, Patna, basically all state capitals. We have our people working, because this is more of an on-ground thing where you need your people, you need your eyes, hands for you to go and work.
Oh, wonderful. So in a sense, you're, as I just mentioned, that this company is actually a third generation company. So there's a lot of history to handling media. Now, would you agree that now the time has come for having a very specialist approach, in the sense you are in the model media space now? Does that require a specialist approach to do well?
It does. Honestly speaking, a lot of these mainline agencies who are into out-of-home business, they are buying their mall media, retail media from agencies like us. So they are also coming to a specialized agency, because we come with a full scientific data of the number of footfalls, the kind of conversions that happen in that retail space. So these kinds of things then in turn the agency presents to their client, which is again impressive. So clients have also started showing faith, and they've started coming towards the mall media.
What kind of clients are typically coming to this mall media space? It brings malls, attract all kinds of people.
Yeah.
What kind of category brands are really seen in this
So
space?
honestly speaking, I would say it's a gamut of all the categories are coming onto it. You can say the food guys, food and beverages, you can say entertainment, you can say fashion brands, you can say now online shopping. It's a direct threat to malls, but online apps like your delivery apps like Zomato, like Swiggy, these kinds of people are coming. Your cab aggregators, which is your Uber, Ola, they're not only using the media, they're going one step further, where they have their own staff with their branding, and they're helping people who don't know how to use the app. They're helping them to figure out how to use it, training them. So it's a touch and feel. It's an experience, and they're trying to get clients with that also.
Anup, would you also throw some light on whether with the expansion of mall media, more advertising brands are actually coming into the space? In the sense, are they the kind of brands that are coming in simply because mall media is now available as opposed to traditional formats?
So what is happening is mall media, first of all, across the country, everywhere it is legal. That is one thing the client doesn't have to get into, because there's a lot of illegality issues which keep on happening in smaller towns, not in major cities, but in smaller towns. And that is then completely taken off. So the clients have they plan a campaign, it gets executed, they know it's going to be there for a while. uh, they have their own foots on the road which go and check everything. So it's a space where I would say everyone is, it's a win-win situation.
Our brands believing that if I advertise on mall media, then I'm assured of what I get. There's a certain perceived ROI as opposed to being anywhere else.
So honestly speaking, an ROI, again, if you try to measure ROI with only plain vanilla branding, it is a difficult thing, because any client who advertises, he's not only doing it on malls, it's a 360-degree campaign. So if you go to see, to try and measure that in malls I've done this much, that is why I've got this return, it's very difficult to get to that. Yes, but so like there are these travel agencies, like in I would say a Thomas Cook or a SOTC or a Kuoni. These guys have their promotion space where they're promoting, say, a particular country like a Switzerland. So then they get leads from there. Those leads, if they've got from one mall, they've got 100 leads by doing an activity for two days, like a Saturday, Sunday. Those 100 leads, I'm sure they convert about 10 of them who become their clients. So that way, in activation space, you can measure the ROI, but you're only doing branding, it's difficult. You can't do it because it's a complete 360-degree.
You have a certain amount of data on the number of people who come to a mall. So these are the kind of nice parameters that you can use to be able to impress upon brands to use this media.
So that data we're using, and that is why some malls are more expensive than the other malls.
Can you create a kind of an airport media-like an experience for brands that are also advertising on your media?
So you can do whatever you want in the mall. It's now a small example. Page Industries Jockey, they had done. It's a company which was formed in 1870s, if I'm not wrong, somewhere in 1800s. So they had created a museum in the mall.
Oh, yes.
They had created a museum in the mall with the whole journey from 1870 till date. What kind of stuff they've made throughout. Neil Armstrong wore their briefs and went to the moon.
Yes.
So all that stuff had come from US, which had exhibited. So you can do whatever you want in the mall space.
Would you say that there is scope for much more innovation and use of technology?
That's what is happening nowadays. Now I've not done it too much, but there's augmented reality which has come in,
yes,
which is being used in malls in a very, very big manner, and in the near future, in probably 2018, you'll see much more of that being used.
Okay. Well, the other thing I wanted to touch upon was activation. Now, there's a very thin line that separates the traditional form of advertising and activation.
Mm-hmm.
Consumers a direct experience
Mm-hmm.
of the brand, right?
Yeah.
So that seems to be seen at malls.
Yeah.
But how much of that really goes along with advertising, so to say?
You mean to say activation, does it work or doesn't it doesn't work?
Does it work along with advertising?
So activation, actually now what has happened is activation teams are completely different and branding teams are completely different.
Yes.
Honestly speaking, the clients are not using it together.
Any reason why it should not be used together?
I feel it should be used together. I feel it should be used together.
So there is a scope for that.
Yeah, but it's not being done as of now, which I feel is not correct.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've done activities in corporate parks.
Have you gotten to a stage where brands are actually asking for mall media?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, if you see Sony Entertainment Television,
yes,
initially they were doing annual campaigns on malls, which somehow the management got changed and the strategy got changed, whatever, I don't know. Now in the last 6 months, they've advertised only on malls. I don't think you've seen any of their outdoor campaigns, but they've been present in all malls, all Hindi speaking malls, because they are Hindi general entertainment channel. So all Hindi speaking states and cities, they've plastered their serials, and they've got an amazing response. And this is an entertainment channel.
Somewhere along the developers themselves are beginning to see, look at revenues not just from their retail business but also from advertising. So is that an advantage for you?
No, that is an advantage. A lot of times what has happened is there are a lot of good malls that have come up with amazing retail space and everything, but they've not made the mall thinking they would use this space for branding purpose. So branding, they started making revenue, so they've thought that yes, this is also a revenue model. So they've plastered anything anywhere. It doesn't work that way. Honestly, developers from the ground zero, they need to think of where the branding can go. So there has to be decent enough branding, not cluttered,
Yes.
so that you can charge the premium.
Right. There are super premium malls that are really the destination, which is the destination for luxury goods.
Yeah.
And there are malls,
Yeah.
right? So do you see a certain kind of a differentiation when it comes to advertising at these two places?
Yes. So honestly speaking, any mall advertising that goes on, the brand, the creative is approved by the mall management.
Okay.
So without these two things, the branding doesn't go up. So luxury mall, I mean, there have been malls, I don't want to name again,
Yes.
which have rejected a good bank, an international bank,
Oh,
saying this doesn't suit our image.
all right.
We can't advertise a bank in our mall.
All right. Okay.
So, and you see luxury malls in every city nowadays. You see Bombay has it, Delhi has a couple of them, Bangalore has it,
Right.
Calcutta has it. Everywhere you see luxury malls, and they have a complete different set of. So they would advertise an iPhone, but they would say no to say Samsung. Samsung iPhone they would advertise, but any other phone brand they would not let them put anything.
Fantastic. So looking ahead, do you think that this 35 to 40% growth can be sustained?
Honestly, I would love to sustain it, but looking at the market scenario now, with a lot of online shopping happening and a lot of shift happening, I don't know how much we'll be able to sustain it in the long run. But yes, our aim is to sustain it.
Fantastic. So Anup here is wishing you all the very best for your business, and we hope that you will remain a leader in this space. All the very best to you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks so
thank you,
much.
Rajiv.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.